Gymnastics, SEC style from Barnhill Arena in a thawing Fayetteville, Arkansas. And after a Friday cancellation, the Razorbacks are set to host the Redhawks from SEMO. And welcome inside. I'm Brett Dolden with Sydney McGlone. It's not West Virginia on Friday. It's SEMO on Sunday. But it's always worth the wait, Sydney, to watch Kennedy Hambrick. She has a chance to do something special every time she competes, including against Florida on the beam.
Yeah, Kennedy had no scores lower than a 9.85 last week, and the best part about that is she still has room for improvement. So that shows just how impressive of a gymnast she is, and I can't wait to see what she has to do today.
See those two all-around titles this season. She has the record as well. That 39.750 came last year against Mizzou. Meanwhile, for SEMO, Anna Kaziska, she's won 11 titles in the events all of last year. She's a big-time performer for the Redhawks.
Yeah, Anna won the MIC Performance of the Week for her performance on floor last week, tying a career-high 9.9, and she's won the award for her beam performance in week 1. So I'm excited to see what the senior's going to put out there today.
37 event titles in her career. Here's the lineup for the Razorbacks with the vault in Sydney. These lineups were changing over and over all morning and afternoon.
Yeah, it's great to see that they have some depth to be able to do that, to rest some of their key performers and give people some experience.
Emma Kelly will lead off. She had a chance to compete against Ohio State in the first meet of the year and picked up a 9.8. She'll get this event underway.
Nice vault for Emma. You see she had the hop back there, but that was a great start for her, especially only in her second vault of her career.
Indeed. So we're off and rolling today from Barnhill with Emma Kelly. Here's your rules. Now 6 gymnasts will compete in each event. SEMO only has 5, however, today in the bars. They're a little bit low on competitors. The best 5 scores count. The lowest is dropped. You see the order. Home starts on the vault. Away starts on the beams. Here's Molly Maxwell, junior out of Wisconsin.
Yeah, so those rules are going to be really important today for SEMO on bars. They only have 5 up, so every routine is going to count. You see she just did a Tkachev to a bail, a little bit of a form separation. Finishing up. Good start. It's always great to have the leadoff performer with a hit, especially when you only have 5 up.
This is their best event. Now they're pretty consistent in the 4, are the Redhawks, but bars is number 1. Savannah Penneasy ready to continue on the vault. 5 of the 6 competitors for the Razorbacks are Texans. There's the average for Savannah Penneasy.
Yeah, last week she had a 9.775, but she has a career high of a 9.85. Let's see what she can do. A little short on that landing. You see she kind of rushed to get to the vault, but that was still a good start. They're still going to take it. Might not improve from the 9.775, but it's a hip vault. See, she pikes her hips. That's what you don't want to do. You want to keep them flat the whole entire way so that you can try to get that stick.
Jordan Weber really talked about her team being tentative, maybe nervous last week in the first couple of events against Florida. Really challenged her team to start better this week.
Yeah, she said she wanted to see their confidence kind of get built up. It's been a weird season for everyone, so I can only imagine what's going through these girls' minds. So they want to start quick and they want to start confident. It's
been a weird week
yeah.
with the weather, not being able to get out of the apartments or residences. This team did practice Arkansas on Thursday. There was a massive storm that passed through Thursday and Friday. That's why SEMO is here. They were willing to make the 383-mile trip to Barnhill Arena and fill in when the Mountaineers couldn't get out of West Virginia. Ashley Albrecht will be next up. A little bit of a wait. Let's talk about the points of emphasis for bars in Sydney. Obviously, handstands, releases, and landing, all very important.
Yeah, those are all the things that the judges are going to look for. You want to see your handstands right on top of the bar, big releases, obviously no falls with those releases, and a stuck landing.
Is it different competing at home or on the road, or after so many repetitions, does it feel slightly the same?
I definitely think competing at home is a lot more fun because you have the crowd behind you. I think it just honestly depends on the gymnast. By the end, it's all kind of the same, but definitely having home mates is always my favorite personally.
There's Ashley Lawson, former Red Hawk athlete. She holds the school records in bars, beam, floor, and all around. Do as I say, do as I do. She might be able to perform, but all 4 years she was the most valuable gymnast when she competed, and also she's in the school's Hall of Fame. Here is Ashley Albrecht.
A nice Maloney to a immediate bail. She's very clean gymnastics so far. Just might be a little short on that handstand. It's a pretty good routine. As you can see, she had kind of a big step there, but I definitely think that was an improvement from last week, and I think they'll be happy to put up another hit with only 5 routines.
Here's your points of emphasis for vault, and Leah Smith, certainly a dynamic young performer to watch. Start value always important, then amplitude and landing.
Yeah, and Leah is the definition of amplitude on this event. You're going to see her get not only height, but distance from the vault, and she has a big vault and big scoring capabilities.
She loves the power events, and you're about to see why.
Wow, that was a beautiful Yurchenko full. She had a small hop on the landing, but that was probably the best vault I've seen her do this season. See there again, she gets such a good pop, so much height. She pikes her hips down a little, which causes her to bounce back. If she would just keep her hips open, she'll get that stick. But as a freshman, I'm super impressed with how she's performed.
Arkansas's first 2 scores on the vault, a 9.775 and a 9.750. See if Leah Smith does better than that.
Definitely think she should, but I'm not a judge.
This is Lydia Webb, sophomore out of Texas, about to be the 3rd Red Hawk to compete on the bar.
Lydia actually didn't have a full season last year. She had a season-ending injury, so it's nice to see her competing and back in lineups this year.
SEMO was supposed to compete at Northern Illinois in Normal against NIU, Lindenwood, and Wisconsin Whitewater, so their plans changed. Instead of driving north, they came south and west. A little different environment, I would imagine, here at the SEC Razorback Arena in Barnhill.
Oh yeah, and they're probably super excited to be here. This is an opportunity that schools like SEMO don't always get to compete against. Beautiful toe on, toe off to a Jaeger. Wow, that was huge, Jaeger. She has such pretty form and toe point throughout this whole entire routine. Just the dismount left. Nice final handstand. Giant full. To a stuck double back. She's so excited. That was a great routine.
Boy, she is indeed thrilled with her performance and that landing. See it again.
Yeah, she has a career high of bars of a 9.75, and I think that could potentially best it. A huge Jaeger, as I said. And finish up that giant full to double back with a stuck dismount. Her reaction was almost better. The best part of the routine.
Next up for the Razorbacks is Amanda Ellswick. Now, she had a 9.9 and won the title against Auburn. A 9.7 last week. She took a big step forward on the landing, and again, that was a team-wide problem early against the Gators.
Yeah, that's not a common thing for Amanda. She sails that ball up every time and is so pumped. That looked more like a normal Amanda vault there. Still have yet to see a stuck vault over there, but they are keeping it clean. You see her hips are open like I talked about the last vault, just the smallest slide back. She has the best body position throughout too.
Big smile for Amanda with that brace on her left arm. That thing is huge.
Yeah, it's impressive that she can vault with that on.
Lindsay Ockler is next up. She's a Montana native.
Yeah, as a freshman, she has pretty good scores so far throughout. She's been very consistent in the lineups. As a freshman, that's impressive.
And she's been 9.8 or better, 3 straight meets. She's the runner-up on both the bars and vault back on January 29th when the Redhawks last competed. 1 week runs into another. I'm not sure what was last week and what's this week right now at this point, after Friday's meet with West Virginia became a Sunday matchup with the Redhawks from SEMO. Big deep breath for Lindsay before she's ready to compete.
Nice first handstand. Toe on toe up to Maloney. She has a bit of a leg separation there, but from the side, the judges might not be able to see how big it actually is. So far, this is a very pretty routine. Good final cast. To a full in. Small step forward. That's such a good routine for a freshman, though. To step up like that when you only have 5 and to be able to hit. Good for her.
It's a big hug from her coach. For the Razorbacks on vault, this is Mackenzie Sedlacek. She's the only non-Texan competing for the Razorbacks. Jordan said back in December she was going to shock a lot of people with her talents.
Oh yeah, and she has a big Yurchenko 1.5 here. It's out of a 10.0. If she can get this landing, it's going to score big. That was probably the best vault I've seen her do. Like I said, there wasn't a stick yet, but it's definitely going to score big out of that 10.0. She seems to be pretty excited about it too. You see there, she has a blind landing, so she's landing forward and can't actually see the floor coming. So getting that stick is even harder.
It's a great replay. You can see her head snap down a little bit late, not able to see the floor. How disconcerting that must be.
Yeah.
But you gymnasts are a little bit crazy in
Just
what
a
you're
little
willing
bit.
to try.
Just a little bit. It looks like Lydia Webb tied her or beat her career high on bars from the last graphic.
9.825. Here's Jolie Miller. Now remember again, this is the best event for the Redhawks, but they're only competing 5, so every score will count. They don't have the benefit of being able to drop their weakest.
And so far they've done a great job at that, and Jolie has a really big bar routine that I'm excited to see. Some unique skills to look out for. Good first handstand. To a pike to Kacha, that is so hard. To a out back half. Such a unique routine, and she does it so well. Just the dismount left. Good final handstand. Wow, that was a good routine, and good for SEMO going 5 for 5 when they didn't really have an opportunity for any mistakes.
No margin for error, and again, the Redhawks performing extremely well in this first rotation as we take another look.
Yeah, look at that double layout dismount. Small hop back, but that was one of the only things really wrong with that routine.
By the way, Amanda Ellswick had a 9.9 for her vault. Here is Kennedy Hambrick. She's coming off her best performance last week with a 9.85.
Yeah, she has a career high of a 9.975, so she has the potential to get a 10 here. She's got to zone in. And I saw her stick one in warm-up, so let's see what she does. Good vault. Small step forward. That's not going to be too big of a deduction. It kind of looked like she was really far back on the table. Let's see. Yeah, you see her left hand. Yeah, her left hand looked like she almost missed it. But for her to bring out that vault from that block, very impressive.
That completes rotation number 1. We're off and rolling from Barnhill Arena. We'll step aside and come back for rotation number 2. SEMO in Arkansas off to a good start after rotation number 1 at Barnhill Arena. Bring you back inside. I'm Brett Dolan with Sydney McGlone. We're just happy to be outside of our residence after being snowed in for 3 days. And Sydney, I know this Razorback team did not want to lose their equality meet. They put a lot of work into that, and this is a very active group of young ladies.
Yeah, they wanted to take the time and opportunity to use their platform on social media and in the community to educate others and themselves on a cause that they feel is bigger than gymnastics.
Jordan Weber had a chance to discuss her team's involvement in this cause earlier this week. Let's learn more from Jordan.
We are theming this meet Equality Night, and I think it's obvious why we chose that. I think over the past couple of years, just the journey that we've been on as a program, and just learning a lot and seeing a lot of things happen in America, really, with a lot of racism and discrimination and other, horrible things like that. We really want to take this opportunity to use our platform and use our home competition as an opportunity to stand up for a cause and have it be about more than just gymnastics. And so just like we do with our women's empowerment themed meet, which we're having next week, we wanted to highlight, what our team wants to represent about equality. And so we've had a lot of team meetings, a lot of discussions over the last, not just year, but couple of years about what does that look like in our community? What does that look like on our team? And what does equality mean to them? And so I'm excited to see some of the elements come together and really make this an impactful competition that, it shows support towards a cause that we're really passionate about as a program and a team.
Thursday night, number 7 Tennessee hosts Missouri at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. Then the number 14 Lady Bulldogs are in Baton Rouge to take on number 15 LSU at the Pete Maravich Center. Both of these great games right here on the SEC Network and ESPN app. With Sydney, both teams, I think, pretty happy with their first rotation. Arkansas has to be thrilled with their vault numbers.
Yeah, led by Kennedy's 9.925. They didn't really count any scores lower than a 9.85, 9.75, but they're still going to be super happy, and Kennedy is leading the way per usual.
Yeah, 4 scores better than a 9.850 for the Razorbacks, including a 9.9 and a 9.925 from Kennedy Hambrick, so far exceeding what has been their average on vault this year. And obviously that's what you want to see as we get this deep into a crazy, strange season, just that improvement from week to week.
Yeah, you want to keep building, and especially like I said earlier, they don't have their normal lineup. They didn't have Sarah Schaefer in the vault lineup, so to be able to have people step up and improve every week, that's a thing that's going to really pay off in the postseason.
Here's the lineup for SEMO and the vault. They do have 6 competing rather than 5, and Lydia Webb, we've seen her on the bars already. Now a chance to see her compete on the vault.
Nice Yurchenko layout. So the Yurchenko layout only starts from a 9.7, so you're not going to see the normal scores that we just saw from Arkansas. But with the execution of that, it's still going to go pretty close to 9.7.
Good explanation. Head coach Ashley Lawson watching. This is Jensen Scalzo. She'll compete for Arkansas. It was back in week 2. She had a 9.9 on the bars for the Florida native.
Yeah, she's really improved on bars this year. She even upgraded her dismount, and we're seeing bigger scores. She only had a 9.775 last week, but she's looking to improve with a beautiful handstand.
The weakest of the 4 events for Arkansas as a team, so they'd obviously like to improve that.
Nice Jaeger to bail. She had a little slip on the low bar, but you couldn't tell. Beautiful last handstand. That's what you want to see. Gearing up for a double layout dismount with a stuck landing. What a beautiful routine from Jensen. She's so excited. That's what you want in a leadoff performer. Someone that's going to go up, hit, and hit the way she just did.
It's a tremendous beginning. A couple of weeks ago against Auburn, Arkansas had the 49.55 on the bars, which was the 2nd highest score in school history. A good beginning today with that performance from Scalzo. Jolie Miller next up for the Redhawks. Colorado native. She'll turn 21 on Friday. It's a big week for her.
It is a big week. Another Yurchenko layout, but almost a stuck landing. She shouldn't have taken the hop forward. Beautiful execution, like I said. When you're doing skills that don't have the hardest difficulty, you don't want to give anything else on form. So beautiful form, just that small little hop.
Big smile at the end. Arkansas has a unique team with veterans and freshmen. I know they think a lot about this freshman class. Really our first chance to see Maddie Jones, freshman out of Charlotte, compete.
Yeah, this is her bar debut as a gym back. She competed in floor in week 1. She's trying out all the events and trying to break that lineup, so it's exciting to see that she gets a chance today. And she is a beautiful bar swinger. Her form is beautiful. Starting off with that strong handstand to a Jaeger. Caught a little close. Beautiful pack. So far, so good for her first routine. She just got the dismount left. Another beautiful handstand. Wow, what a great bar debut for the freshman. You wouldn't even be able to tell that that was her first bar routine. So look at that pack, it's huge. So she catches the low bar a little archy. We want to see her a little tighter there, but a beautiful routine, and then finishes up with that huge double layout. Pikes her hips a little bit, so that's why you see that hop back, but for her first routine out, she should be pretty proud of that.
What are the nerves like when you're making your bars debut at the college level?
I can only imagine. I never did bars, so I can only imagine what the nerves are like.
This is Naya Reeder, New York native.
Oh, your Tanko full. She was a little loose on the table, but it's still a big vault. Look at that again. You see she had a little bit of leg separation and a little loose arms, but she was still able to pull out a nice vault.
By the way, Jensen Scalzo leading off for Arkansas on the bar. She put up a 9.9.
That's a good way to start your bar rotation.
Here's Leah Smith, this incredibly talented freshman from the Houston area. Competed this past summer or worked out in the same gym as Simone Biles, and she simply says, Simone is my friend.
Yep, she doesn't let anything really get to her. She's so even keel, and her bars are beautiful. You saw Maloney, immediate bail, toe on toe up. Her form is also so pretty. Nice last handstand, just the dismount for her as well. Beautiful double layout. Just the smallest hop. I want them to get these sticks so bad. But she's definitely happy with that routine.
She's going to have an amazing career here in Fayetteville.
Oh yeah, this is just the beginning. So let's look at that dismount one more time. Her chest is up so beautifully. She just needs to absorb the landing a little bit, but that comes with time and experience.
Molly Maxwell next up for SEMO. She won the all-around against Lindenwood. That's her average on the vault this season.
Yeah, she has a career high of a 9.775, so let's see what she can do today. A tuck full. Oh, she almost got the stick. Might have moved her right foot just a little bit, but very nice vault. You see there. So she does a Yurchenko full, but obviously in the tucked position. She barely moved that right foot. Almost got the stick.
She's checking out her score as Kennedy Hambrick gets ready for the bars. Now she's tied for 9th as Hambrick in the SEC in this event. She could not hold her stuck landing last week at Florida, finished with a 9.85.
Yeah,
and
Kennedy is a beautiful bar swinger, and she normally gets that dismount, so I expect that she kind of beat herself up over it last week.
It was a massive crowd in Gainesville. They had more than 10,000. I think Jordan felt like Arkansas was ready to compete on the road because they had competed in front of 10,000 at Bud Walton, which almost felt like a road venue when they had that tremendous event against Auburn.
Yeah, it was awesome to see Bud Walton get so full, and it was, like you said, it was experience for these away meets that are going to fill up just the same.
How would you know? You were in COVID
I
quarantine.
was so sad. Oh, she's a little close. Oh man, so she caught her Jaeger a little close, which caused her to have to rush that bail. So then she had to take those extra things because she rushed everything. But she got the stick. So obviously she's not gonna be super happy with that routine. Look, she caught, like I said, you can see she caught a little close, so she had to rush into her second thing, which caused her to do those back hip circles. She did stay on the bar, but they're most likely going to take at close to a fall, if not a fall deduction for that.
You can hide your expression with the masks a little bit better when you're frustrated.
Yeah.
Featured Anna Kaziska, senior out of Louisville in the open. Her average of 9.225 on the vault.
Nice Yurchenko full. That was beautiful. Just a small little hop, but her form was awesome. You see she pikes her hips down just a little bit right there with her chest down. That's why she had to scoot back. I keep saying that. Just keep your hips open and get the stick, but definitely happy with that vault from improvement from last week.
Sarah Schaefer next up for Arkansas. They've been really trying to manage her workload with no floor or vault, but here is Sarah, the senior, on the bars.
Yeah, go ahead. Schaefer has a career high of a 9.925, so she's capable of big bars here. Like you said, they've had to really keep her back a little bit because she is a 6th year. That is hard on her body, but she's done a great job this year.
Especially these 5th or 6th year seniors, as Maggie O'Hara told us a couple of weeks ago, she doesn't have as many twists or turns left in her body, so she has to really be efficient when it comes to her practicing and obviously performance.
And now the pressure is slightly on these last couple of performers after Kennedy, but I have no doubt that these girls are going to go up there and hit their routines. Big Maloney to a bail handstand. Beautiful routine so far. Last week on this upcoming handstand, she almost fell, but no problems there tonight. Just the dismount. Double layout. To a stuck landing. That was a beautiful routine. Super clutch after Kennedy's routine as well. She obviously is a taller gymnast, so her lines and her swing are so pretty on bars. And there's that stuck dismount. She really fought for it.
She was not going to step out of that one.
No, she was not.
Leah Smith at a 9.85. We'll see what score Sarah Schaefer gets as she awaits that, as Lindsay Aukler is the 6th Red Hawk to compete on the vaults.
Yeah, and she has a big Yurchenko full. Beautiful Yurchenko full. Just that step back. She's happy. SEMO should be happy with this vault rotation, putting up 6 vaults hits.
Been a strong performance from the Red Hawks after their change of plans with their schedule this week due to weather. Here's Maggie O'Hara against Auburn at Bud Walton. She had a 9.95 on this event. She shared the event title with Suni Lee. You could tell the grandkids about that someday. But last week she had to restart her routine over at Florida, which I know is always a frustration for any gymnast.
Yeah, it was a super uncharacteristic fall for Maggie, and I know she was very hard on herself. And I have no doubt in my mind that she is going to use some revenge here tonight on this bar routine.
Kennedy Hambrick was given a 9.525. So for the 2nd straight week, Maggie is going to have to start her routine over. How long does she have to get back up on the bar?
So she'll have 30 seconds to go and chalk up again, get your mind right. It looks like she got her hand cut on her other hand before putting it down and couldn't quite get her dowel over. Hope she's okay.
To me, it would feel like it might take longer than 30 seconds just to get my bearings, especially if that was a painful fall as we saw in that replay.
Yeah, you do practice that a lot in the gym. Not that you want to practice falling, but you practice that time management. It's not always the most fun to have to feel like you have to get up there after 30 seconds, but Maggie, I have no doubt, is going to go up there and be okay. Perfect the 2nd time. Beautiful bail handstand. It's important that she still finishes up this routine mentally for her so she knows that she can still do it.
An All-American in the postseason last year in this event.
With a beautiful double layout dismount. She's obviously not very happy with that routine.
There was a look of determination and frustration on her countenance there as she stuck that landing perfectly.
Yeah, she's definitely a little bit frustrated. Like I said, it's very uncharacteristic of her. She is one of the most consistent people in the gym and in meets, so she's not very happy with that, but
Those are the 6 competitors for the Razorbacks, but Emma Kelly, we saw Emma compete in the vault to start this meet off, and she is going to have the exhibition.
Like we said on vault, it's exciting to see these people step up that haven't ever been in lineup, because that's really going to pay off in postseason to know that you have extra people that can hit under pressure moments.
Emma Kelly from my neck of the woods, from Richmond, Texas, near Sugar Land in the Houston area, and she's getting her last words of wisdom or encouragement from Coach Brooks. Double fist pump before she's ready for her exhibition.
So obviously this won't count, but this is very important to show the coaches that she's capable of hitting under pressure in front of thousands of fans.
Sarah Schaefer's 9.925, the top score for the bars in this meet.
Beautiful first handstand for Emma. Toe on, toe off to Maloney. Another bail. So far, so good for this exhibition. Good last handstand. Full out. Small little scoop. I want to call it a stick, but she had a small little scoop. But that was a great routine to show that she's capable of being in that lineup.
It was fun to watch Emma compete. I got a chance to see her and her sisters introduce her mom going into the Houston Sports Hall of Fame. Her mom, of course, Mary Lou Retton. And Mary Lou's daughter's got a chance to get up and introduce her. But this is Sarah Schaefer. She finishes with a 9.925, the top score on the bars in the meet. One of Arkansas's leaders is the senior from Pearland, Texas, Kennedy Hambrick. She's looking to cap an amazing career as a Razorback. Let's learn more.
Yeah, Kennedy has grown a lot, in the past, let's say 2.5 years that we've been here. The number one thing I've seen from her is just a different level of maturity. As she has had more competitive success, she's really starting to live her day-to-day life more of a high-level, mature athlete.
But Kennedy is quick to give a lot of credit to Coach Weber.
She's helped me grow up so much, and she's really motivating. She knows what she's talking about, and you can really go to her for anything.
One of the things that she's really improved is just her quality of her training. She loves to compete, but some athletes that love to compete sometimes want to save it for competition and just take it easy in the gym, and that's one area where I've seen her really step it up in the gym, is her desire to train and prepare so that when she goes to compete, it's not a surprise, it's not an accident, it's just what she does.
In 2021, Kennedy set personal bests on all 4 events and the all-around on her way to earning 3 All-American honors.
It was super satisfying. Ever since freshman year, I've gotten better each year. So it's going to be really hard to top that, but I'm working really hard and I really enjoy it every single day. So hoping to do better and hoping my work pays off.
It was last February against Missouri when it really paid off. That night, Kennedy broke the Arkansas all-around record with a score of 39.750. But of course, the goal for Kennedy and the rest of her teammates is to have the entire squad at Nationals this year.
It would be amazing. I think I would enjoy it so much more. I wouldn't be as nervous. I would have a lot more fun. So I really think that we're going to do that this year, and it's going to be amazing.
2 rotations complete. See our meet summary. Sydney, Arkansas would have had a huge number on the bars, but they ended up counting a 9.525.
They did. They had some mistakes here and there. They did have the underclassmen really step up, and Sarah Schaefer tied her career high of a 9.925.
Certainly one of the highlights for the Razorbacks, that 9.925. Just about ready to switch to our third, which would feature the Razorbacks on the beam and the Redhawks on the floor. There's your beam rotation for the Razorbacks. Kiera Johnfania, the junior, will start things off with Lovett, Smith, Sedlacek, Hambrick, and Ellswick, completing the 6. Arkansas in the top 10 in beam last week, a 49.475, a school record. The previous record, Sydney, was 10 years ago in the 2012 NCAA Super 6.
Yeah, I know they're super excited about that, and to be so confident on beam of all events this early in the season, that's going to take them pretty far.
John Fania had a 9-8 last week against Florida, and as Jordan Weber said, talking about this event, this is the one where you need your adrenaline to turn it down rather than to feed off it when you get up on that beam.
And you see there, Kiara took a deep breath, and that's her getting that adrenaline down, trying to stay calm, gearing up for this beautiful first series. Handspring layout, step out. And Kiara's done such a good job the past 3 years being the lead off on beam that plays such an important role on this event. You want to start off strong and make the rest of the lineup confident.
Arkansas's leadoff hitters have done a fantastic job through 2 rotations. Wow, she was able to hold on.
Good save there. She did break the connection going into it, which might have thrown her off a little bit going into the kick over front, but great fight for the save. She just needs to recoup mentally, but...
Your mind has to be racing fast
Oh,
now.
yeah. But you got to slow it down. So far, she's done a good job of that. Just the dismount, round up 4.5. Way to finish it up strong. She did have bobbles, but she didn't allow herself to fall, and that's important as the lead off on beam. Again, like I said, strong dismount, round off 1.5. Maybe the slightest little hop there, but good fight from Kiara.
The points of emphasis on floor, difficulty, artistry, and obviously landing's important too.
Yeah, you're going to see a bunch of different skills from this team. Like you said, artistry, how they perform, all important to the judges.
Lindsay Ockler beginning things for the Redhawks.
It's impressive to have a freshman start you off on floor. Gearing up for her first pass. Double pike, beautifully done. She looks like she's really playing it up to our crowd here, which is very fun for her to be able to play off of the away team's crowd. Switch ring to Turkday half to Popa.
I'm sure the size of this crowd is one of the things that the Redhawks were really looking forward to once their plans changed.
Yeah, it's something they're probably really excited about playing off of. For handspring to Rudy. And I love how she finishes these passes. So big, so controlled. Gearing up for that last pass, taking that deep breath. Nice hit routine for her. Round up 1.5 front layout. She was very excited.
Lindsay Ockler with a good start for the Redhawks. Next up for the Razorbacks on the beam will be Bailey Lovett. She's had 2 amazing performances in a row. There was a lost week in between when Arkansas didn't get to compete at LSU. She's had a 9.9, a 9.925, coming off elbow surgery back in the spring that Jordan called massive. And
Yeah.
you see the points of emphasis here.
Yeah, she's come off so many different adversity things with that elbow. So it's so impressive to see her back in lineups as quickly as she was. And she's the person that you want to have go up on beam after a mistake like in the first routine. And she's so calm. She brings such a calming presence on the beam. Front aerial to back layout, step out. Such a difficult series. And she did a good job at making sure she didn't lose that connection by continuing movement on her front aerial. You can see her taking those deep breaths, trying to calm herself down.
Her music choice seems like it would work to calm me down too.
Yeah, this is definitely a good beam song to do your beam routine to. Saw she was just a little bit off on that last leap, and she really brought it in. Aerial full, stuck dismount. Like I said, there was that small little bobble in her routine, but that was a solid routine to go after the first route. So you see there, her front aerial to back layout, as I was mentioning earlier, she does a good job at keeping her arms moving so that she doesn't lose that connection. And then her dismount, aerial back layout step, or aerial to back full, stuck landing. Solid routine for Bailey.
Chanfanya had a 9.6 in her score. There was a scoring dispute on the floor after the first gymnast Ockler went for the Redhawks. Next up, though, will be Lydia Webb. I don't believe the score has been posted yet for Ockler. 9.725, so a good beginning. There's your average, 9.517 for Webb.
And you can already tell just from the beginning that she is a performer. First pass, rounded back handspring, 2.5 twist. She did that beautifully. Normally on that twist you see legs kind of get crossed, but her legs were glued together. For handspring, Rudy to split jump, also beautifully done. Sometimes you're gonna see gymnasts do a leap or a jump out of their tumbling pass to kind of cover up their landing, and she did a good job at getting that stick.
Makes perfect sense.
Just minimize deductions. Gearing up for that last pass. Team's really into it. And up, 1.5. Front layout. What a great routine. And she's definitely excited about that.
That was a football fist pump at the end.
I love seeing celebrations like that. So you're gonna see her round up back handspring 2.5, like I said. Such clean form throughout. And beautiful big finish. And that last pass round up, 4.5, front layout. She had a clean landing throughout. That was a great routine.
Leah Smith up next for the Razorbacks, and she has admittedly struggled at times with the beam. She's had to find more confidence. And Jordan Weber told her maybe it was ironic that her first 9.9 in college came on the beam here as a Razorback.
Yeah, Leah said she came into college not super confident, not for any particular reason, just nervous to get in front of that college setting. But like you said, she came out and hit a 9.9 first out of all of her events. So you can tell she is impressive on every single event. And to be able to hit a 9.9 on beam first as a freshman, yeah, she's going to do big things for this team.
Obviously, she loves the power events. This is more of a finesse or skilled event where maybe she has to find a different mentality, but obviously with her coaching and her background, she was able to do it.
Yeah, she's really had to zone in on keeping her calm and confident, but she has big skills on beam. You'll see her dismount later on. It's a huge double back that she was able to stick a couple weeks ago, which is super impressive.
Just the third time in her college career she's been up on this event.
Switch leap, straddle quarter. Handspring, layout step out, beautifully done. And you saw that little smirk there, that little ounce of confidence coming out of her. Beautiful routine so far. Just the dismount, like I said, her round off double back. Huge round off double back with the stick. I wish people could understand how difficult that dismount is. And she lands it so well. Take a look at that series. Like I said, that little smirk after. And round off, double tuck. Maybe the slightest bit of movement. I want to give her the stick though, so I'm gonna give her the stick.
We'll let you do that. Madison Green up next, a Kentucky native from Champion Gymnastics. That's the same gym she competed with her current teammate, Kaziska, in Louisville.
Yeah, and she's a freshman. She's only competed floor so far for SEMO, so I'm excited to see. She has a career high of a 9.85 so far. Front layout, front Rudy stuck. Turchite, split full. Nicely done, got those leaps all the way around. The judges are looking for. And it's fun to see a freshman go out there and smile and have a good time. And college gymnastics floor was always my favorite event to compete. And she had to put her hands down on the double tuck. It's important that she still finishes up strong.
9.725 and 9.825, the two scores to this point on the floor. Mackenzie Sedlacek next up, had a 9.750 last week. She's competed all 4 meets on the beam.
Yeah, and Coach Weaver said she was especially impressed with Mackenzie. You know, she wasn't originally expected to be in beam lineup as early as she was in the season, and she had a couple teammates go down, and she was ready to go, and she's hit every routine so far. Her series, back handspring, layout 2-foot, beautifully stuck. That's the best series I've seen her do this year. And I feel like every meet we've seen her confidence go up slowly and slowly. Switch leap to straddle quarter.
She able to hold on? No.
So close. She really fought for that. And that's a really difficult side semi element to do. Handspring full and a half with the slight hop. That was a beautiful routine up to that point. So you're gonna see here, she does a side semi, and she didn't quite get her chest up, which kind of caused her to go straight to the ground. And that dismount, handspring 1.5. She did finish the routine up beautifully. So it's gonna be really important on the rest of the lineup to hit.
Been a theme for the Razorbacks in these events. Remember, they had a count of 9.525 on the bars. Here's Molly Maxwell next up on the floor for the Redhawks.
She has a career high of 9.825 on this event. Front handspring, front double full. That is an E element, which is one of the hardest skills to do on floor. She landed a little short, but very impressive.
She was able to hold on.
She was. She looks like she's really playing it up to her teammates out there. Round up back handspring. Double tuck, able to hold on to that one too. Looks like she might have ran out of a little bit of juice there. Looking for a strong finish here. Breathing before that last pass. Round up, 1.5, front layout. She really fought throughout this whole routine, which is impressive.
A couple of times it felt like it was about to get away from her, but she wouldn't let it.
Which is really important. She did go after a fall, so she wanted to fight to make sure that they wouldn't have to count that last fall. Still important on the rest of the lineup to hit, but good for her for fighting through. That round off, 1.5, front layout. Definitely happy with that fight.
Kennedy Hambrick up next on the beam. She's 6th in the SEC in this category, coming off a 9.925. Of course, she had the 9.95, a career high against Auburn.
Yeah, Kennedy is beautiful on beam. She's also one of those gymnasts that has a lot of power on her other events, but she's able to really control it and zone in on the beam. And she has just like fluidity about her. She moves so consistently across the beam. Handspring layout, step out. So easy. Maybe a little bit of form on her back handspring if I'm being picky. Switch leap to switch half. Beautifully done. That's a very difficult leap connection. Straddle 3/4. And you can see that game face on her right now. She is zoned in, just waiting for that dismount. Cartwheel, gainer full, stuck, dismount. I don't know what they're gonna take. That was a beautiful routine. I don't know what they could take. See there again, handspring layout step out. Like I said, maybe a little bit of form on her handspring, but beautiful dismount, stuck. She got her heels together. I'm curious what the judges are gonna do with that.
We will await that score for Kennedy Hambrick. A big, deep breath there for Kennedy and a smile as well. Jordan Jones, first team All-American on the floor last year for this Georgia native.
And she came with her game face ready to go for
I would
this
say
floor
so.
routine. Front through to 2.5. You hear the excitement over there. Kennedy Hambrick just got a 9.975 on beam. It's important that Jordan keeps her focus on this floor routine. I know the crowd got loud, but she did a great job of not letting that distract her.
So that'll be a new career high for Kennedy Hambrick.
I believe that ties a program high. Run up a handspring, double tuck. Way to keep that inbound too. She knew exactly where she was at. She really performs this routine. She's having a good time out there, laughing with her teammates. And she is happy with that routine. Way to go, not get distracted from all the noise after that first pass, too.
I don't blame her.
Round up big handspring, double tuck, like I said. She knew exactly where that line was and kept it in bounds.
Well, you weren't sure what they could possibly deduct for Kennedy. She got a 9.975. That ties the program record done twice by Sophia Carter. The last was 2018?
Yep, that was my junior year. Sophia Carter on beam. And Amanda had a 9.925 last week that honestly, I don't know what deductions they took, so if she repeats that performance, I'm not gonna jinx it. I'm not gonna say what she could do here, but
She's
big things.
Top 30 in the country with her performance so far this season.
Beautiful handspring back layout step out. Full turn. Split jump, split 3/4. I'm getting excited for her if she hits this routine. Big deep breath before this front aerial. No movement there. She is feeling it right now. Just the dismount, back handspring full and a half. Oh, and she took the hop. That was a beautiful routine.
How about those back-to-back efforts for the Hawks on the beam?
Yeah, that was two very impressive routines. Look at it again, handspring layout, step out. She even looked maybe a little off in that layout, but she brought it back. You didn't even notice. Back handspring to full and a half. That small little hop. I know she's probably gonna beat herself up over that, but way to have two strong hits at the end of that lineup.
Anna Kaziska is next up for the Redhawks. She won the floor title a week ago against Lindenwood.
Yeah, she posted her career high of a 9.9. So she has potential to score big here. Front handspring Rudy. She's a very clean gymnast. She doesn't really leave anything for the judges to take on her skills. Switch side, Popa. Gearing up for this next pass. Round up, full and a half. Front layout stuck. That was a beautiful second pass. I really feel like these SEMO gymnasts really have that game face on floor. I love seeing it. Fast pass, front handspring. Rudy, layout step out. Covered up that little bit of a wobble there, but definitely gonna be happy. Won't have to count the fall. Good for Anna. As you're gonna see, she did her front handspring. Rudy to back layout, step out. Very impressive. Little bit of a wobble, but she played it off with her dance.
Well, Kennedy Hambrick stole the show, sitting with a 9.975.
Super impressive. Look at her dismount. Cartwheel, gainer full, stuck. Broke the record.
Good time here at Barnhill Arena, young and old alike. Razorbacks competing with SEMO, ready for that fourth rotation in just a couple of moments. We're going to welcome you courtside. I'm Brett Dolan with Sydney McGlone. So obviously Arkansas stepping outside of conference play, but that SEC always looms, City, because we know some of the top teams in the country are in this conference.
Yeah, the SEC this year is anyone's game. It's always super competitive. There's great gymnastics from everyone. You see there, literally those rankings could change today.
And the Auburn Tigers, that's a program on the rise. It doesn't hurt to have Suni Lee. She picked up a 10 last night.
Yeah, it's been really fun to see Suni compete and all the former Olympians actually come and be in NCAA this year. I think it's really changed the game and made the conference more competitive.
7 teams in the top 13 in the country. Razorbacks coming in for a tie for 13th. We'll step aside and come back with our fourth rotation. Tuesday on the SEC Network and the ESPN app, we'll have a men's basketball doubleheader for you. And it starts with this game, number 25 LSU. They're in College Station to take on Texas A&M. Our coverage of this one starts at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, right here on the SEC Network and ESPN app. 3 rotations complete. Here is your meet summary. And Sydney, there's some big numbers there for the Razorbacks with Kennedy Hambrick on a couple of different events and Sarah Schaefer.
Yeah, like you said, Kennedy beat the school record of 9.975 on beam, getting a 10 from one judge. Super impressive. They're going to try to carry that momentum on and hopefully have a solid final rotation.
Really impressed with Kennedy Hambrick. She had to count a 9.525 on the bars. It did not affect her in the least in her other events.
No, and she's really only 1/10 behind that all-around hunt, but behind her teammate Leah Smith, so it's going to be a battle in this final rotation.
Competing with Molly Maxwell as well for SEMO, Arkansas. About ready to transition to the floor, and SEMO will head to the beam here in our 4th and final. Good looking. We have had a scoring change. I was hearing a little bit of buzz as well. You were wondering about the score of Amanda Ellswick and didn't find a lot to take off her score, and I believe she now has a 9.95 rather than a 9.90.
Impressive. Yeah, they might not have taken as much on that final hop as we thought, so huge numbers from the final 2 beamers.
Here's the beam rotation. Molly Maxwell will be the first up for SEMO. So indeed a 9.95 for Amanda Ellswick. So what a finish for the Razorbacks with a 9.975 with Hambrick. Ellswick's 9.95. We're underway on the beam.
And Molly is capable of, she has a career high of a 9.85, which is impressive in a leadoff spot. Handspring layout, step out. You can see she was a little off, but she didn't really let herself bobble. That's a unique, different type of full turn. She does a snap turn, so she's really just turning on one leg the whole entire time, which is very impressive.
Able to hold on with that stumble.
Split full. A lot of difficulty already in this routine. Cat leap to switch side. Beautifully done.
I think it speaks to how easy you gymnasts make this look at times.
Yeah, sometimes you don't realize how hard it is, but that beam isn't too big for mistakes. Round off 1.5 with a stuck. What a great lead off for her. Look at it again, round off 1.5, like I said, stuck. Very excited for her.
On the floor, Arkansas is 15th nationally. They've had a 49 plus for 35 straight meets. And Maddie Jones, saw her earlier today. The freshman from Charlotte will kick things off. And this is where having the students back for the first time this entire year in this event, in this portion of the venue, they pay dividends.
Yeah, it pays off to have that much energy, especially that close to the floor. Maddie's going to start with a front handspring, front double full. She makes that look so easy, but that is an E skill, so that's the hardest difficulty you can do. She has competed on floor once this season, went 9.8, so she's looking to improve on that score, but what a beautiful way to lead off. And for a freshman, like you said, having the student section, it's definitely an adjustment, but it's a good one at that. Round off, 4.5, front layout. Big smile from Maddie.
Students were here for Ohio State. The Auburn meet, of course, was at Bud Walton, so this is the first time the students have been here in Barnhill this season.
Going into her leap, switch ring to switch half. Beautifully done. And I can't help but to smile at a freshman leading off and looking like she's having the time of her life out there. Finish it up with a front handspring Rudy. She might have had a little bit of a shuffle back there, but great routine for Maddie.
the second pass for Maddie Jones.
Round off, 1.5, front layout. Beautifully done. And a big smile from Maddie. Good meet for her today. She's going to be happy with that and prove that she can be in lineups as a freshman.
A lot of excitement, I'm sure, for her from one freshman to another. Here's Naya Reeder for SEMO.
Oh, wow. And she does a very hard series. So that was a kick over front, but she did it from her knee. So you don't get as much power that way. Switch side. Very confident so far. Front kick over. This is a great beam routine so far.
It's different, right? It's unique.
Very different. Full turn. Just the dismount. Aerial tuck full. It looked like she might have almost missed that back foot, but she still pulled it all the way around, so that was a really, really good routine. So see there, she does it from her knee, front toss to back handspring step out. Very, very impressive series. And there you see her foot kind of slip, but she pulls it all the way around. Another hit routine for SEMO.
Coach Ashley Lawson was pumped up for her. Here's Madison Hickey, the junior out of Illinois. She's competed in every single meet on the floor. Her best was a 9.825.
And I love Maddie's routine, her choreography. It reminds me a lot of myself, so I love watching her go out there and perform. First pass, round up back handspring, double pike. She might have slid her front foot just a little bit there, but huge double pike by Maddie. Her lead switch side to Copa, and this is where she has fun with her teammates on the side. I wish you could have seen her teammates do her dance right there with her.
They were in unison. It's choreographed.
Round off, 1.5 front layout. Very nicely done. And her signature move right here. Gets the crowd fired up every time. Just this last pass here.
Quite a setup for this final pass.
Take a deep breath. Round up back handspring, double tuck. Very nice routine by Maddie.
Good finish.
And she's excited about it.
Let's review the effort from Madison Hickey.
So your round off, 1.5 front layout. She almost looked like she was going to be a little short, but she pulled it out beautifully. And then that last pass, double tuck. She gets plenty of height, chest up, great landing.
Here's Lydia Webb. See her season beam average.
Front toss to one leg, that's a very difficult skill.
Be disconcerting, I would think, for that
Yes.
landing.
And she had no wobble at all. Side aerial. It's a split jump. I don't know if she'll get that connection. She did have a small little bobble in between. But so far, she looks very confident up there. Front aerial. Just back swing down. I almost didn't think she was going to throw anything. She only swung one arm, so that was very impressive. back handspring to gain her full stick. She's a little lopsided. But that was a great routine for her. Another hit for SEMO, all that they could really ask for. And they all have very unique skills on beam.
Big reaction you hear from the crowd in the background. As you see, the dismount was the 9.9 to Madison Hickey. That is a season high, equaling a career high on the floor.
And that's only in the number 2 spot. So this floor squad is looking to build off of that floor routine. And who better to do it than Kennedy Hambrick?
She's had 2 amazing events already today.
Round up a handspring, double tuck, stuck. She has a career high of a 9.975, and I think every week she's capable of that or better.
She's playing to the crowd in the student section now.
And I love it. They choreographed the routine so that they would have certain parts facing the student section, which is so fun to get them involved.
You didn't have this opportunity.
I
the
did
floor
not.
wasn't here during your
Our floor was
playing
in the
career.
middle of the arena while I was here. We still fed off of them, just not maybe as much. Front handspring, Rudy, back layout, stag jump. Probably the cleanest I've seen her do that pass this year.
She's gaining momentum, isn't
Yep,
she, right now?
That's exactly what I was going to say. You can tell her confidence is building after both passes so far. Leap pass, switch half, straddle full. She just has this last pass, and so far I don't see much wrong with this routine. And this is the choreography I was talking about, where it's straight for the student section. She's having so much fun out there. On a back handspring double pike. Huge routine. She was a little lopsided. I'm gonna be picky, but that was a great routine. That's gonna score huge.
What a reaction from her teammates and this crowd. They were invested in this routine from the beginning.
Yeah, so there's her first pass. Huge double tuck, no movement. She's got the little smirk. Crowd's chanting 10. Her second pass, like I said, that's probably the cleanest I have seen her. Definitely hear the 10 chants. Double pike. I don't know if they're going to give it because she might have slid her foot just a little bit, but I'm being super picky. I was her former teammate, so I feel like I'm harder on her than maybe.
There's the dismount as the public address announcer regales the crowd with that score from Kennedy Hambrick. The 9.95. Here's Mackenzie Sedlacek. Now, she made her floor debut as a Razorback last week at Florida with a 9.85.
Yeah, and she has a very impressive first pass full in. Brings difficulty as a freshman. These last 3 up for floor, all 10 capable, which is awesome and so fun to watch. Like I said, gearing up for that first pass, tuck full in, beautifully done. And Another one of those choreography moments to the crowd. Round up, 4.5, front layout. She's really gonna take the time during this part of her dance to breathe, gear up for that last pass. I can just feel the environment in here. I feel like the momentum is building and building. Very nicely done on her leaps. Round up, back handspring, double tuck, beautifully done. Way to go for the freshman. Oh, she's so happy about that. It's so fun to see these freshmen start to come out of their shell a little bit. You know, you come in a little nervous, little freshman, but they have definitely stepped up, and I'm super proud of them.
Indeed.
Round up, pick handspring, double tuck in her last pass. Beautifully done, doesn't move that foot. She's gonna be happy with that one.
Jordan Jones is next up for SEMO on the beam. Beaufort, Georgia native.
She has such a game face. I talked about this on floor, but you can see it on beam too. There's a fierceness about her. Front aerial, back handspring, beautifully done. Full turn. That looks easy, but I promise it's probably the hardest skill that you're gonna do on the beam. Switch leap, split jump. Maybe a little bit of form issue on her back leg, but no wobbles so far. Split full, very difficult jump. Taking a deep breath.
She has a frame similar to Sarah Schaefer.
She does. Aerial back full, beautiful routine.
That's euphoria.
They're very excited. So far, 5 up, 5 hits. They're happy. They're not gonna have to count a fall this week.
Mackenzie Sedlicek given a 9.9. By the way, Sarah Schaefer was a 9.925 or better on 3 of 4 events. Had she just posted a 9.9 on bars, she would have equaled the all-around record that she had last year. But right now, Leah Smith needs a 9.85 to win the all-around today.
And that is so impressive as a freshman, and she is definitely capable of that score or higher.
Last year at the Junior National Championship, she won the floor event.
Round back handspring, full in.
Wow.
Pike full in. That's the best full in bike I've ever seen her do. And she was very happy about it. So she has a Black Panther routine, and I talked to her a little bit about it. And she's used to more bubbly, happy, smiley routine. She's like, I'm not used to having to be so serious, but I think she does a great job at it. Front tuck, through, double tuck. Wow.
Such power for this small package.
And you can see, we talked about her confidence a little bit earlier, but you can see on floor how confident she truly is out there. Got those leaps all the way around, just her last pass. Round up, quick handspring, double pike. Beautiful last pass. Wow, that's the best routine I've seen her do this whole season.
Well, Arkansas is well on their way to a 49 or better for the 36th straight meet. Now the question is, how high will that number climb?
It's going to be pretty high. And we still have Bailey Lovett.
That's right, one more to go.
So I can only imagine. The crowd wants to 10.
I have a feeling she's going to win this all around, though, with this score.
Full and double peg, that pass is so difficult to do. And that was the best landing I've seen her do this whole season on that pass. Double peg finish. Routine is filled with difficulty, and she does it so well.
Hard to believe, again, just a freshman. Here's Anna Kaziska, the senior.
Beautiful series to start off. Full turn. Back handspring layout, step out. And she moves so easily on the beam. Switch leap, split jump, quarter. Very nicely done.
Leah Smith was given a 9.9, by the way.
Just the dismount. Round off. Full and a half stuck. What a meet for SEMO. They went up, didn't have to count a fall. It was a great beam rotation to end the meet as well. Here dismount, round off, full and a half. Stuck, very excited. They should be very happy about how they performed today.
I correct that, a 9.875 for Leah Smith. There's the reaction from the Redhawks. Sarah Schaefer, they've been managing her workload, no floor yet. But this is Bailey Lovett. She is the 6th and final Razorback to go on what has been an incredible routine to this point on floor.
And Bailey, if someone's gonna get a 10 on floor, it's gonna be Bailey Lovett. Her first pass is a huge double layout, and she does it so well. Huge! She sticks it. That is so hard to do. And she has such a game face as well. You can tell she is zoned in right now. Giant second pass, roundabout answering double tuck. Beautiful.
She's on a roll now.
And the height that she gets while wearing an elbow brace is just unbelievable.
Remember that major elbow surgery back in the spring.
And it's been so fun to see her every year. She was one of my baby freshmen my senior year, and she has come so far since then. Gearing up for that last pass. Front layout, front full. Beautifully done. So you're gonna see this double layout is phenomenal. So much height and gets the stick. That last pass, front layout, front full. Great routine from Bailey. Great way to cap off the meet.
Well, we wait for her scores on the floor. Arkansas 9.95, a 9.9, another 9.9, a 9.875, a 9.875, waiting for their clincher and Bailey Lovett to post her score.
Yeah, what a way to finish a meet. It might not have been their best here and there, but that floor rotation was phenomenal. Should be very happy about that one.
There's your all-around winner, and Kennedy Hambrick was amazing in 3 of the 4 events, but Leah Smith, the freshman, will get the win.
Yeah, her first all-around career win. She should be very excited. She's gonna be a big star for this program.
Fathers there are these Razorback gymnasts. There's the score, 197 for Arkansas, 050. Savannah Penneasy Have an exhibition.
Yeah, Savannah's been in and out of lineup. She has upgraded this first pass this year. She is one of the hardest working gymnasts that I know.
She competed the first 2 weeks on the floor, got a 9.875 in week number 2.
And she did a beautiful front double full. That's one of those key passes I was talking about earlier. Gearing up for that second pass. Round off, 1.5, front pike. She had a little bit of a form break going into it. Beautiful leaps. Just that last pass for Savannah. Big deep breath. Round off, double tuck. Beautifully done. What a great exhibition routine.
Savannah Penisi finishes her exhibition. Arkansas will win by nearly 3 points, 2.9 over SEMO, a strong finish for the Razorbacks, and they had some big-time scores in the middle of a few falls and such, but the Razorbacks will win today over SEMO. Sydney and I will come back and wrap things up on what has been an amazing day with some big-time scores here from Barnhill Arena. There's your final numbers. Arkansas 49.550 on the floor. The all-time program record was a 49.6 against Alabama back in 2015. So some big-time numbers today. Brett Dolden, Sydney McGlone. Some of these individual scores, Sydney, were pretty amazing, and it was fun to watch the freshman Leah Smith win the all-around.
Yeah, her first career all-around title. She's going to be such a star for the Razorbacks. She came out with big numbers, and her confidence you can see build meet after meet, and I just know by the end of season, she's going to be huge.
At the beginning of the season, all the team players, the gymnasts, were commenting on one individual. They kept saying, you got to watch Leah. She's amazing. Well, today the home fans here at Barnhill got to see her put on a show.
Yeah, and she did just that. She put on a show, 4x4 routines, and she's still capable of improvement. So I can't wait to see what she does next week. It's a quick turnaround to Friday, but I know she's capable of big things.
Indeed it is. She had a 9.9 on the floor event. And again, she was the junior national champion in this event, so it was part of an amazing floor routine for the Razorbacks. And there are the numbers all around. Now keep in mind, Kennedy Hambrick was amazing in 3 of the 4 events today.
She did. If she wouldn't have had that small little blip on bars, no doubt in my mind, she would have probably grabbed the all-around title, but both should be so happy.
Well, that'll do it today from Bud Walton. As Sydney mentioned, a quick turnaround. Kentucky will be at Barnhill on Friday. We will be here for that event, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Central on SEC Network Plus. Everybody got outside today from the snow. Thanks for joining us. For Sydney McGlone and our entire group, I'm Brett Dolan saying so long from Bud Walton.